forget to live each day your very best. But I can't live with regrets because I won't forget. So I'ma be right here, living for the moment, live for the day, I don't care about after. Cause in the end it really doesn't matter. Today begins my happy ever after. Happy ever after. Happy ever after. Happy ever after. Whoa.
Yes, my happy ever after, guys. Listen, it's Wednesday. It's the Wednesday before Mother's Day, and I am so excited. So I know you see a different background, which is super duper dope. Well, I am in a special area. No, tonight is the We Mix, the business mixer called We Mix ATL, and so that's where I am. So I'm broadcasting live from here, and in a minute I'll be over there broadcasting for something else. But right now, I just want to take an opportunity to introduce a spectacular lady to you, and this authoress is going to really, really knock your socks off with sci-fi. So what I want to do, I just want to bring out the esteemed Miss Yvette Kendall, the sci-fi CEO. Hey, darling.
I am
so
so
glad you're here.
I had been in the room since 6:40 and it was a black screen and I thought you were going to pop up. So I was just waiting and waiting. And I even put hello on the screen and no one spoke back.
And do you know the hello? Guess what? The hello says 7:01 p.m. So you know what? I don't know what that is. I don't know why it did that.
It's fine. I'm early for everything. That's how I knew. I was like, I'm here. But
Yeah.
We got it together now.
Well, guess what? That's what I was gonna say. Nevertheless, we're gonna make it do what it do. That's what we're gonna do. Yes. So I want you to take the front seat. And first of all,
yes,
y'all look at this hair. You spin for me, because baby, those curls, the pin curls are laid, honey. Can somebody say Etta with a little bit of Marilyn and a little bit of Betty Boop?
Thank you so much. You get the older you get, you kind of want to do short because you get kind of warm sometimes. So,
well, I haven't gotten there yet, and I'm hanging on to this as long as I can. So I'm gonna hang on. I just told somebody. They said, "Well, how old are you for real?" And I said, "Well, how old do you think I am?" And so I got a good age, and I'm gonna stick with that. I was told I was 25. I'm gonna stick with
that is very good.
I'm gonna stick with 25 plus 10.
Beautiful. And you're beautiful, so that worked out.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, honey, black don't crack. That is real. But you know what? Let's dive right in because your genre is so interesting. How did it all start, Yvette?
Well, I formerly was an inventor. So I was into intellectual property and product development. I've always liked inventing things. And I had not such a great experience in my tenure of being a female Black inventor. You run into all kind of challenges that are unique. And one of the challenges is you get your products stolen a lot. And there's not a lot of protection for people that even do spend this enormous amount of money to file patents. It really is made for people that have the money to take it to market and things like that. So you get a lot of people that prey on you when they know, oh, well, you don't have, $1 million to get this done properly, so I'll take it for nothing. Or they'll just outright go online, find your patents and change a couple things and just take it and don't give you anything. So I wanted to get out of, matter of fact, I did. I said, I'm not going to invent anything else. I'm just done. And one particular day in 2018, a story just showed up, like almost fully complete. And it was a sci-fi story, but it dealt with a lot of innovation. So since innovation was is my wheelhouse, sci-fi is just the other side of it. So I took that innovation and made it a literary product instead of a physical, utilitarian kind of product. I just made it a physical product. So that's how it started. So the story showed up and I thought it was really unique and interesting and strange and all that good stuff. So I went and I called a couple people that I trusted and I was like, hey, can you, at the time it was like 12 pages. I said, hey, can you read these 12 pages? And they were like, oh my gosh, where did this come from? Don't show this to anyone else. But at the time I had never written anything. I mean, I'd written patents, but that is different from a novel. So I was like, I can't do this. I can't write a book. I tried to give this story away. I was asking for people to co-write it with me, people that I thought that knew more than I did. And everyone kind of really turned me down, but God kept speaking to me. He was like, he just kept giving me more and more of the story as the days went by. And he was almost like, I'm giving this to you, not your next door neighbor, not your good friend, not your pastor. I'm giving it to you. And at some point I was writing like 10 to 15 pages a day. Like I would just it was pouring out. And at some point I knew that it wasn't me. I knew that I was being downloaded and I was just outputting the download.
So outputting the download.
Yeah, because for me to write what I was writing, and I had no former knowledge, no former education of it, no former experiences of it. And after I started writing, I spoke with an astrophysicist, and the young lady was like, when you're done with the book, do we have permission to study this at NASA? You created real life implication sci-fi that is real science. So I had and that's how I knew that it was bigger than me. It is bigger than me just writing a cool story. The story is changing people and what they view God as, or what, they understand God on a different level. So that's kind of how it started.
Okay. Now, what was it like though, when you really started to talk to people about what you were writing about? Because you already know in the community that we come from, and I'm gonna leave it just like that.
Well, I'm from the South Side of Chicago, so I'm very, very aware of how people. Surprisingly, I had only a few people that were sanctified. It was like, we cannot touch this.
Really?
We cannot touch this.
What's up though, Yvette? For real.
They were, well, the funny thing is this one particular woman that is sanctified, and she was like, Yvette, I just can't, it's blasphemous, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, just read the book. Her and her husband read the book, and they started telling everybody, read that book. Read this book, because it's not what you think. So when one of the taglines of the book is God sees everything, but who's watching him? And exactly, everybody had that, how dare you say things like that? But that's what the book is about, really. These scientists spy on God. They try to find out where heaven and hell is and actually go there as living people in a way to see what is going on, what's happening. Is this a real place? Is this a real location? They literally want to find the latitude and longitude of heaven and hell in whatever universe it is in. Yeah, so what they do is people that are dying, they ask them, if they're dying in hospices and things like that, they ask for them to come die in the lab so they can actually tag their soul when the soul is leaving the body, and then track it with special software to find out where the soul goes once it leaves the body.
Wow. Okay, guys, if you're just checking in, this authoress is a science fiction author.
Yes.
And I think what you really have to understand is that this is just raw talent.
Oh, thank you.
You are the epitome of a creative. And this show is about that. It's about creatives. You know, now, Yvette, what advice though would you give to someone that is seeking, to start writing a book in a I'm gonna say in an unorthodox genre? What advice would you give to them?
Well, you know what? I tell everybody because there's so many people like, oh, you have to follow these rules. You have to, write in this style.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to write. And whatever comes from that is what comes from that. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to take a master class. You don't have to do, I have no formal training. I have a high school diploma. I have never been to college. I have never.
Somebody tell it. Tell it.
It's like, so people feel because they don't have these particular achievements that they cannot do these big things. And the book was a year and a half old, and I got contacted by an executive producer for a major television show on HBO to turn this book into a TV series. So the fact that my book was only around a year and a half and it got that kind of attention, to me, says a lot.
You see my ear, don't you? Hello.
Yeah.
So, Miss Kendall, are you going to share your plans with us for cinema and television?
Right now, we are still in the process. I have to. He requested that I find a female Black sci-fi writer to write the series. So it got delayed because we had to. My publicist and I and everyone else on the team had to then find a writer that complemented my work. So now we are in the throes of choosing what writer from the people that came on board, which one is going to do it, or if it's going to be a group effort. So we're in the middle of that. And then I created a theme song for the series.
Oh my God.
So I had a violinist come and play over the soundtrack. So we're at the end game of having that done. So my thing is, everything that's going to make this TV show work, I need to have ownership in it. I don't want anyone. If I can do it, I'll do it. So just like my book, I created the cover, the front and back covers. I created most of the art in the book. And so it's just really important that I have ownership in what I'm doing instead of just leaving it to someone else and they giving me, a small percentage over, in what I'm doing. So that's kind of what I believe. And then I'm writing I have some. So this is the God maps.
Yes. That's
the back of it. It's actually the back of my daughter's head.
Wow. Okay.
She is. I used her name as the main character in the book.
Okay.
And then I just wrote another book in the middle of me being in my downtime because the God Maps is a trilogy. So it's going to be
trilogy. Yes.
I wrote, let's see, Horrorgraphs and Other Short Creepy Stories.
Yes.
So this is doing extremely well. And then before that one, I wrote a children's book called A Zombie for Mommy. I don't know.
That is so cute, A Zombie for Mommy. Oh. And you know what's so funny? My nieces and nephews love zombies. And I'm like,
oh, you should get
some weird kids. Because when I was a kid, I'm running from ghosts and goblins and all that craziness.
But one thing I did, I wanted to keep, our representation. So this is actually her bedroom.
Oh.
Let's see.
You
Yeah.
know something? Kudos to you for incorporating family into your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Yvette, spectacular.
Oh, thank you.
Spectacular. Please let everybody know where they can find your novels. 'Cause these are novels.
Yes, you can go to Amazon.com. If you, all three books are there. They're selling them at Barnes and Noble online. They sell them at Target. Anywhere there's an outlet, Books a Million, you just go to those outlets and then put in my name or the name of the book, and they will come up. And there are audiobooks for everything that I do, and there are ebooks that are available as well. So I try to cover all mediums because you don't know what someone's issue or level is.
Exactly.
Some people, may have sight issues and they need to listen and whatever else. So some people don't like flipping pages, so the ebooks are great for them. So yeah, I have a medium for everyone, and I'm writing several more books. I have a new book coming out by the end of the year called The Revelation Activation. Yeah. And look at your face. And then I have a Zombie for Mommy has a follow-up book. There's going to be 6 books in that series. And then the other 2 books for the God Map. So it's going to be volume 2 and then volume 3. And hopefully I'm done with that universe and I can move on to create another one.
Wow. Yvette, you know what? Thank you
Oh,
for
you're
being you remember back in the day, Dare to Be Different?
Yes.
Thank you for daring to be different.
I didn't have a choice in that matter. I mean, everything I do is different. And I paint, so I'm painting.
I see behind you. Yes.
This one is let's see if I can turn. So this light is super bright. Let me see if I could turn my computer.
Wow. Oh no, it went away. Oh my goodness, guys. I don't know. And hopefully her camera will come back. But guys, please, please, please make sure you connect with Miss Yvette Kendall. Seriously. She has some super dope things going on. Her books are amazing. And I think that the great thing about Miss Kendall is that she definitely is embracing a different aspect of writing. And this genre, you don't find a lot of African American authors in this genre. And so for that, we are so, so grateful. Okay, Vet, I think she's still here, but her camera is off. Hold on a second. We're going to see if we can get her back up here. We can't see you. Let's see. See, they just didn't want us to see the beautiful picture, your painting. That's all that was. That is all that was. But definitely, guys, I'm so grateful that we were able to have this conversation. I think it's really important, seriously, that we get back into reading and writing, and not just reading. Read to understand, right? Comprehension and the ability to articulate understands. It matters. It matters. Understanding is everything. And I think sometimes when we say, communicate, but communication is half the battle. Comprehension is the other half. And, I really want to always, always push to the forefront the importance of literacy, especially in times like these. And I think we got her back for a minute.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I have no idea. I've been on here like, what in the world is happening? Everything was working but the camera. Anyway, let me move this slowly. There's another one.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see that. Ooh.
So I do paintings that they're kind of chaotic.
Real paintings.
Chaotic art is what I call them. This has been the weirdest trying to get you online initially, and then the camera just decides to just not.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was just talking about the importance of literacy and just we really thank you. We thank you so much for coming on today and, talking about what you have going on. And we're looking forward to hearing more about this film and cinema.
Yeah, as soon as everything is, put in the right place, I'm assuming a really big announcement is going to happen. My publicist, Sheena and her team, they are so
Shout out to Sheena and the team, baby. Yes, they are. I love them. Listen, I will work with them anytime. They are so articulate and on point. I love them. Shout out to Sheena and the rest of the team.
She's getting me out of my box. I'm an introvert. I do not like taking pictures really and video and
honey, yes, you need to take more pictures, honey, because you killed that thing.
Oh,
you killed that thing. Yes, you
so
did.
Much. I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on trying to be more people-ish because it's fun. I love doing interviews. I just go back into my tortoise shell after it's done. So I'll work on that. But I love this. Has been so much fun, and hopefully people have a better understanding. Oh, and the sci-fi that I write, I created a genre just for the sci-fi that I write in. And it's called biblical futurism. Yeah, so it's a new subgenre in sci-fi. So I'm meeting a lot of people that actually want to adopt that style to write in that particular style.
Okay. So we're going to have to make sure. So you say it's biblical
futurism.
Okay.
Biblical futurism. And I opened my publishing company so I can publish my own works and start publishing other people's work. Oh, and that's why I forgot. I write comic books as well.
Oh, wow. But I could see that. I could see that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I write comic books, and what happened, my publishing company specializes in people that write sci-fi, fantasy sci-fi, that want to see that work not only published in a literary book, but they also want to turn it into a comic book or a graphic novel. So that's my platform for Stravert Lux Publishing House. So all these things I do up under all of my own umbrellas. So I write zombie horror comic books. That's one of my big things that I write in.
Okay.
And it is going to be comic books for the God maps as well. Yeah.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I really cannot. Look, I'm a film person. I ain't gonna read it because, girl, I had nightmares. But I could actually, if I read it, I'm gonna retain it forever. But if I see it, it'll go bye-bye.
Yeah.
I can get rid of it. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing because, most people absorb what they see. If I read it, I'm going to remember what I read. But if I see it, I'm like, oh, that's not real. But reading something for me, that's why I tell people, I guess it might be a legal thing. Because if I read something, it is the gospel, it is the truth, and I'm going to remember it.
You know what? The audiobooks are so immersive. Everyone that listens to them, it's like they get so attached to the characters and the voices. And the book is written very much like a movie. So it's very visual for them when they listen to it. And I did that on purpose so it could transfer into these other mediums in a seamless manner.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
well, Miss Yvette, we love you. We thank you for being an awesome authoress.
Thank you. So I love that. I love that term.
Yes, and you are welcome to come back at any time. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm gonna have to bring you over to All Things Authentic to really talk about this biblical futurism.
Yeah, that a lot of things I don't want to give away here, but we might need a room to talk about all the things that happens in this book that are.
Oh, trust me, I can only imagine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here this evening. Yeah, and you know what? You are special because for real, this is probably going to be the last Wednesday. I have a new project. I'm actually here now. That's why I'm in a different setting. It's called We Mix ATL. So it's the #1 business mixer in the area, and it's every Wednesday from 7 to 10. So I'm going to have to go back to only broadcasting on Tuesdays because so many doors are opening up, and I'm so grateful and so thankful.
You know, I'm in Atlanta, so I should come see you.
You know, see, this was about to happen. What don't see people don't know how this works, so go on and look at that little red information that's up there, okay? Yes. And what we're going to do in a minute, you're going to get something and it's going to tell you the where and the how. And that's how we're going to work this thing out. And then we're going to really sit down and talk about this sci-fi. And we're going to talk about some other things too. We're going to talk about ways you can expand your capacity with these books. And so thank you, Yvette.
Okay.
All right, everybody, listen. Y'all know normally I take my guest out, but she's gonna stay right here with me because she got some business. She got some homework she's working on right now.
Yes.
But guys, thank you so much for being here. It's your girl Lily Mae, and I just finished chopping it up with the Miss Yvette Kendall, the Sci-Fi CEO, and she is an authoress.
Authoress.
Yes, authoress. Oh, don't listen. Oh, snap. All right, guys. Until next week, you know I'm always here to bring you joy, jewels, and justice.
Awesome.
Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen.